Willow Whisperer moved silently through the brush towards his target. The latest in the strikes, the elves were launching against the pitiful human race. They had declared war on the barely sentient animals all but 3 centuries ago, a traditional amount of time to grant both sides a chance to prepare. But so far they had been woefully unimpressed. The closest to a weapon Willow Whisperer could find when searching the remains of the humans they had silently killed was a small dagger affixed to their waists. "This isn't a war, brother," Oakhart said as he approached Willow. "It is basic extermination of pests." Willow nodded. His father had told stories of brave humans in full plate armor, covered head to toe in steel. "Hard as dragon scales," Willow muttered under his breath. The armor the humans wore, if it could be called, that was close to what he knew to be called gambison. Only it was able to stop a few arrows. However, aiming for exposed spots resolved that issue quickly enough. A small movement out of the corner of his eye caught his attention. With the speed of the wind, he spun around and launched an arrow into the armpit of the human who was trying to sneak away. "Yet another disappointment," Willow bemoaned as he approached the groaning man. "You'll pay for this," the man sputtered his teeth, already stained red with blood. "I doubt we will, human. You were given 3 centuries to prepare, and this is what we get?" Willow said, gesturing around him. "Eek," the human half sputtered. "You think this is everything we have?" the human asked between pained chuckles. "You only have those knives," Willow said, pointing to the knife on the man's belt. "The Baal Aknet?" The human let a large grin spread across his face. "You really didn't watch us at all, did you? Why watch animals roll in their own filth? You know 300 years is a long time for us, right? I seem to recall your lifespan is barely a few decades." "Yes," Willow replied, wondering where this was going. "Well, the decade after your declaration, a clever alchemist was playing with some stuff." The human paused to wheeze a weak breath. "Saltpeter, sulfur, a bunch of other stuff. He mixed it in an iron cauldron to see what would happen. And he made some kind of wonder drug?" Willow asked, curious where this train of thought was going. "No." The pot lid shot off with a loud boom when he began cooking the mixture. Right then, the most terrible force yet was unleashed. "Something that goes bang?" "Yes, act something that goes bang." Clever people with big brains worked out, what if we repeated this on purpose? What if we made something that sends something flying with a bang? "So you made a projectile?" Surely it was useless. "Nothing compared to our bows and millennia of training," Willow boasted. "Maybe, but we don't live long, you see." "Yes, you established this." "Get to the point, vermin," Willow snarled as he twisted the arrow, causing the man's face to contort in agony. "Rah! Damn you, you knife-eared prick! We spent centuries improving this toy, using it on each other in our many wars against one another. You had centuries to prepare, and you wasted it on one another? Hey, you see, knife-ear, we're not as long-lived as you bastards. We aren't as industrious as the dwarves, either. What we are, though, is very busy." "Busy?" Willow parroted. "Yes. We know we don't have long, so we try to cram as much into each life as possible. Sometimes that involves creating a gun to kill another human." "And this gun will be your salvation?" "Should be, you know, when you aren't targeting unarmed civilian camps," the human replied, taking out a hand-sized tube of some kind. "Is this the gun?" Willow asked, unimpressed. "No, I left my guns back at base. I was just meant to be delivering food to the refugees." "Big oversight on our part," the human meekly smiled. "This here is a smoke grenade," he explained, pulling the pin and throwing the device away. Soon, a pop went out and red smoke began to billow upwards. "Signaling for help, then?" Willow asked, cocking his head. "Yes. Calling all 120 of my friends to come down on everyone here. You see that red means no survivors. It doesn't matter how many humans come here. Not 120, not even 1,000 can match our unit. You seem to misunderstand me, Knife Ear. The 120 isn't the number of men. It's the size of the gun. You see, soon after someone made a gun, they asked, what if we made it bigger? Several thunderous booms echoed off in the distance as if to punctuate his point. They know the range and settings to hit any and all settlements, just in case. The human grinned before hacking up a glob of blood. Well then, I will shoot down the projectile with my bow, Willow barked, raising his bow and arrow and scanning the horizon. Worst case, we can run. How fast? The human asked. Fast as the wind. Tell me, is the wind faster than sound? What? Willow barked, looking at the human. What could possibly move faster than sound? Shrapnel from the very big rounds our big guns just shot. Less than a few seconds before, this place is nothing but a... All good hits, sir, one of the observers announced. How many pointy pricks did we get? A good few dozen, sir. They were just all standing around like they were celebrating? I see. Well, to be fair, they did need 300 years to get their heads so far up their arses they can see out their mouths. Send word along the line, we might have more breaches. No more assuming we know where they are.